tomorrow will be better. We have an equation here on the board, and then the question says find A. The question could also put it like this: make A the subject of the formula. These are one and the same questions, dear friends. Follow me. Solution. First and foremost, let's identify where our A is. Here it is at the left side of the equation. The next thing is to identify the things that are holding our A bondage, because the objective of this question is to isolate A, to have A stand all alone on one side. So let's start by identifying those things that are holding our A. So the first one here is a +1. And then the next one here is this denominator here, which is 5. And which is even the most critical one here. Why? Because, dear friends, there's nothing we can do with this A without dealing with the denominator first. Why again? Because this denominator here is not just for A, but it's also for 1. This is a common denominator for A and 1. So most candidates will feel tempted to say it's very easy to take away this 1 here by sending it to the other side. But hey, you can't do anything as long as there's this 5 in the denominator. So the first step is to get rid of this denominator. How do we do it? By multiplying either side by 5. Why multiplying? Because this came about here by division. So to do away with it, we will do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. And whatever we do on one side of the equation, we have to do the same to the other side of the equation. So we will have here A plus 1 all over 5. All of this multiplied by 5. It should equal B minus 2. All of this also multiplied by 5. Clearly, you see that this 5 will cancel this 5. And at the end on the left, we will have just A plus 1. And to the right, we will have, I want to leave it like this. We will have a 5, which is multiplying a B minus 2. What is the next thing to do? Our A is not yet isolated. There is still a +1, which is holding it. How do we do away with this +1? We just do the opposite of +1, which is -1 on both sides of the equation. Some will just say, carry this +1 to the left, or rather to the other side of the equation. And when it moves, its sign changes. I repeat, when any value crosses the equality sign, the side of that value changes. So on one side now, I will have just A all alone, which will be equal to, now there was this already, 5 into B minus 2. I leave it like this because I won't really need it. So let it be left like this. Now when +1 crosses, it becomes -1. Clearly, we have made A the subject of this formula, or we have just found A to be this. Tomorrow will be better.